Yo guys, it's Stove here. Welcome back to another NBA Infinite video. And today I have my NBA Infinite wish list, which is basically the things I want implemented into the game, changes I want in the game that I think will make it better, and also just things content that I want added into the game that I think will make it flourish and just overall gain a larger audience and also just become a better game. So first, starting off, I think the most problematic thing so far in NBA Infinite is the connection quality. Some days I feel like I have an insane connection, and then for 10 games I'll just have amazing connection, which is great. Like I'll have like 19 ms, but then other games it'll say like I'll have 19 ms, but I'm lagging and I can feel like horrible lag. And I know a lot of other players have complained about this, so I just think like an overall upgrade of servers, or maybe it's just optimization, or like I'm not sure what problem it is. It's not my Wi-Fi, because I know I have like pretty good Wi-Fi and don't have problems with other games. So I think it has been getting better, but I still do have some server problems. So yeah, number one for me is connection issues. Second, which someone just recommended to me in the Discord server, and that is a lower fee when selling players so that you can make a little bit more money off of trading. Currently, I believe it's around a 10% fee when you're selling players, so you really can't make money when you're selling like these higher value players. You really can't. It's extremely hard to make money back, and even with lower, I mean 10% is a good number, so that when you sell a little bit higher, you'll be making it even or just like losing a little bit. But the thing is, if you want to try out multiple players, and you're someone like me who hasn't spent the most money on the game, and you just like want to make videos on players, or you want to try out different players and you just don't want to be contained to one player, you're definitely going to be losing your coins every time you buy, sell, and same with your skill upgrades. You're going to be losing those too. It's just overall, I don't like that. I think that's good for making money, but so you have to buy more packs, but like for players that don't have enough money, that just want to like use these cards and try them out, and they want to sell them, they're just gonna lose money over time. And like me, I think I started out with like 22 million, and I'm down to like 17 million now on my main account, and which means I can't really try out like the higher tier players right now. So it's kind of a bummer. I wish it would be like around 5%, so you could make a little bit more money. It would not be a giant amount. Like even if you're like doing really well in the market, you're seeing who's going up and down, which I'll do a video on that too. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to make money with this current 10%. So I think like a small change, maybe like even 7%, would just be a little bit better, so you're at least breaking even, and then you can have the same amount when you're trying different players. So the next thing, I've seen a lot of people mad about this, and I agree with it. I think like the standing dunk spamming cheese has been very annoying in the game, and that's when you sit at the rim and you just dunk. You spam pump fakes and then you just dunk on them, usually because your strength is better and your standing dunk is better, and you have like dunk monster and you can just dunk over them. People like Gobert and Embiid is like the biggest one for that. So I think they nerfed it a little bit, but there is some like issues with that, and also just like guarding in the paint, which I think the gameplay is actually very good. That's why I like this game so much, and I've been dedicated to the game, is that I think the core gameplay, the gameplay at its core, is very solid. And I think that all the cards have like cool abilities, and it reminds me of like playing like a MOBA, which I'm used to playing, which is like League of Legends, like those type of games. Each card in this game has their own like ultimate ability, or exclusive as they call it here, and I think that's like really good for the game. But like small things like dunk standing cheese, yeah, standing dunk cheese should be out of the game, but the developers are gonna do that, so that's just like a small thing on my wish list. Now, a very big thing that I think should be implemented is a higher penalty for trolling and selling matches. So I'm not talking about people that just, you know, have a bad possession here or there. I'm talking about people that just like completely go complete contested every drive, that you know are just like trolling, or they sit in the corner and they throw up shots from like half court, which that's happened on my stream. I'll probably find that for you guys in the gameplay in the background. What is happening in this game, man? Wait, he's tilted. He's AFK. He's tilted. Wait, he shot it. He threw it. What is happening? I'm gonna play double defense. Fuck it. But yeah, these type of things just like ruin people's games, and if there's not a big enough penalty, like they're gonna keep doing it. And I've seen like the same kind of repeat offenders in Hall of Fame that keep trolling like this, and even if you report them, it doesn't really do anything. It's just like yeah, just telling you, oh, we got your report, but nothing really happens to those players. They should have at least like a 7-day ban from rank or something like that, so they don't do it again. Because once you get like a few days banned from rank, you're not going to troll again. You really aren't. So I think that should definitely be a thing that the devs consider. Now, I know we're going to have more events in May and like more things coming, but I think the events are lacking a little bit right now. There needs to be like different things that just make you want to play. Like I think like the core like initial events that like when you start the game are pretty good, and there's a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of things to upgrade, and there's a lot of like stats to hit, but there needs to be like some special events. Like I don't know, say for St. Patty's Day, instead of it was just the cosmetic, which I think is good, the cosmetic was cool, giving that to everyone. Say it's like a St. Patty's Day court or something like that, like it's tinted green, or just like the UI, just something that makes the game feel a little bit more exciting and fun. Like there's a lot of like kids playing this game. I mean, actually my audience is a little bit older, but I don't know, like these events just need to like hit a little bit harder. I think like just go a little bit more all out on them. I mean, I think like the St. Patty's Day costumes and stuff look really cool, like the pants and everything, but we can do a little bit more, I think. All right, so this one is like kind of hitting home for me, and that's a lot of cards are super rare. Epics should not be this rare. Like the purple cards, I'm pretty sure they're epics. I forget what the actual name is for them, but the purple cards should not be crazy rare. The legendary should be rare, but for the most part, stuff like Tatum and Embiid aren't rare because they're being given in those packs. Like Dame, Tatum, and Embiid are so like easy to obtain because they're getting handed out in these packs. But most of these epics and these purple cards, you can only receive them through paying money, and you can't use your actual coins to get them because when you pre-order, it takes multiple days, and you're maybe only going to get 1 or 2, so you'll never be able to max them out. So there's just a really big card shortage right now. You can't get the cards you want. I can't get the cards I want to make for certain videos right now. I barely got Porzingis because I had to spend money for it. Same with Kyrie. Like these cards are just so hard to get. And say I want to make a video on like Jaylen Brown, you can't, because I'll pre-order him, and for days and days and days I won't be able to get him, even at the max pre-order. So I think that's a pretty big problem for just like the normal player that's like, I want to play Jaylen Brown, but his pack isn't out yet. How do I even get Jaylen Brown? That just turns off a lot of players from the game, that they can't, it's not even accessible. Like they can't even get the player that they want right now. So I guess it's okay that they're rare, but like even if you can't even spend money to get Jaylen Brown right now, there's like no way. It's like almost impossible to get him. So I definitely think that's a big problem that's going to turn away players that are only playing the game for a certain like player. I mean, yeah, they're gonna leave the game because, oh, say I'm a Jaylen Brown fan. My friend tells me he's in the game. I pick up the game and I see, oh, I can't get him. That's a big turn off. So I think these players need to be like somewhat available. Like they don't need to be super rare, but even if like they artificially add these cards to the market, I that will definitely like stop people from buying packs. But I don't know. I just think that it's like you need to find a balance between the hype from getting these people in packs and also how like rare they are on the market. But yeah, like I said, these limited drops, I think the Wemby drop is cool and stuff, but if that's like the only way you can get them and they're super limited, sure, it's going to be like people spending money for it. You're going to make more money as the studio, the game, but for any like average player, they just might drop the game because they can't get their card they're getting. So I hope that's like being considered. Also, I think the pace in which we're releasing cards is a little bit slow. I'm not sure how big the dev team is, but I know they're doing their best. But it would be like cooler if maybe like it doesn't have to be like 1 million cards at a time, but like maybe like 1 card every like month or 2. So just to keep players interested. I don't know what like how that even works on the developing side, but right now it does feel a little bit stale. For like the last month and a half, we've only gotten Wemby, which I mean that's okay, right? Wemby, like for the last 2 months, he's a big player. It's probably hard to get him into the game, and there's probably a different licensing things I'm not even thinking about. So I just overall, I think it would be cooler if we could get like cards or even mythics or just any type of players into the game a little bit faster. But there's no really complaints like for that because there's so many rare cards I haven't even tried yet. I don't know. I just think like, yeah, it would be cool if we had them, but it's also okay if we don't. That's just like my suggestion. But yeah, I do want to see like old like mythic cards in the game, like Kobe, Shaq, Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Ray Allen, like these type of players that are Steve Nash, players like this that are just going to be like really fun to use. So I do hope like D Wade, like yeah, all these type of players. I hope there's maybe like a vote system you could do, like to bring them into the game, like where they have like 10 or so players like on an in-game thing that you can vote for which mythic drops next. I think that would be really fun. It would also increase sales for those cards, that the community actually gets to vote. The people playing the game get to vote for who comes next. So I think that could create a lot of community interaction, and yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing to do. Now, another thing I want implemented, which was implemented in the beta, I'm pretty sure, is interceptions. So currently, I think passing is the weakest stat in the game, because passing doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you do have a passer that buffs like off of his passes, like Sabonis or Luka, or passers like that, like at the highest level, it's still okay because it's easier for you to shoot after you're getting those passes. But currently, there's no interception. So people like Jimmy Butler who have like an interception trait or skill can't even use it because it's not in the game, which I know there's probably a lot of tweaking that they're still doing, which it's not their fault. They want to get it perfect. They don't want to release interceptions if it's like buggy or something. So I just do think when interceptions do come into the game, it will actually like make these cards like Luka, like Sabonis, a lot better than they currently are. All right, so surrender votes. I have a problem with this. I really don't even think a surrender vote should be in the game. It's a 3-minute long game. There's no reason for you to surrender. I mean, I get it if you're getting killed, but it's 3 minutes. Like I could get it if there's if it's like a 20-minute game like MOBAs are, or like an hour, but it's a 3-minute game. I don't think there really should be any surrender vote, because there's people surrendering at 1 minute into the game down 6 points. I've seen people surrender 30 seconds into the game down 6 points. It does not, like, I mean, I don't even know if you can surrender that early, but I've just seen people surrender super early. I think we should move that surrender time back. I don't know what it currently is. Maybe it's like 30 seconds or something, but I think you shouldn't be able to surrender until you're like 2 minutes into the game, or even farther than that, like maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Like if you're really getting blown out, I just really don't even think there should be a surrender vote, or it shouldn't even be like, it should be all three needs to surrender. So I think like that should be the change. Either all three players need to surrender, or make it like very far into the match, because it's only a 3-minute match, and most of the time you can come back from like a 6-point deficit, even an 8-point deficit. It doesn't matter. You can come back in the game. Stop like trolling, stop tilting. I know it can be hard sometimes, but yeah, I do think that should be changed. Now here is a big one. I think there should be esports like coming up soon, maybe in like the next few months. It doesn't have to be like super fast, but there is a rank mode in this game, so there should be some sort of tournament format. There doesn't even need to be like a huge prize pool. Like I played in esports tournaments where they were $10 million. I was a pro player. I played in $100,000 tournaments. I don't think this game is that ready for esports because of like certain systems like pick ban, things like that, and how the way the card system works currently. But I do believe that there should be at least like community tournaments, or there should be an in-game tournament system where like every month you can queue up with your friends, and anyone else queuing up can play in like online tournaments. And that's like in a bunch of different games. There's like a tournament mode. So I think that should be implemented for people that just want to get that, competitive edge going. So yeah, I think that should be added, and there should be like some talk of esports in the future, because I do think this is a competitive game. If it gets balanced better and everyone has better access to cards, it will definitely be a very competitive game. Now, one thing I haven't seen is a lot of advertising. So I have seen, I think, 1 or 2 TikToks, maybe, but that's because I play the game. So if I asked like anyone I know if they knew that NBA Infinite is a mobile game that's out, they probably wouldn't know, right? So I do think there should be a little bit more advertising, like just blast it, like Raid's Shadow Legends or like something like that. These games that blast advertisements for like a week or two, or maybe even just a month. I think spending on advertising is a like good thing. Like you should definitely spend on advertising if you can. I've seen a lot of games die because they haven't advertised enough. Like one of them was League of Legends Wild Rift, which is basically the mobile version of one of the biggest PC games. If you guys don't know what League of Legends is, they did not advertise their game. They did not advertise it, and there was a lot of people that would have played the game, but because they didn't even know that the game was out, they thought, oh, it's in beta, it's not even out for us yet. they didn't play it and the game died. So I think advertising is a big thing for these like mobile games, because you know, in the United States, mobile games aren't like the highest echelon of gaming. A lot of people look down on it, but I'm a mobile player. I was a mobile pro player, and I've played games like Honor of Kings that are the biggest game in the world, have 1 billion players. It's just a different type of thing. Like in China, that game that I played, Honor of Kings, 1 billion players, 100 million daily players, and I played it professionally. I was playing against like the best players in the world. Here they would be like, what is that game? Like, what is NBA Infinite? What is League of Legends Wild Rift? What are these like mobile legends? These mobile games are pretty big in other countries. So I think there needs to be like a shift. Like, if you want to actually get people playing your game, you need to definitely advertise. And the thing is, I actually do believe in this product. I think this is a very, very solid game. I just think the core gameplay is so damn fun, and if they like touch up these things and add more players and also advertise and get people playing and just like hype it up, I do think this game can succeed in North America. Like, no matter how hard it is for a mobile game to, I actually do think this game could pop off. Now, one of the personal things for me on my wish list at the end here is I definitely want to join the content program if I can. I applied, but yeah, that would actually help me a lot to get cards, you know, make videos, stuff like that. But I also believe, and I think that it's very good if games have in-game promotion of content creators in-game. I'm not just saying myself, I'm saying all the other great creators that make videos for this game. There needs to definitely be content creation promotion, because if you promote these creators, it will bring people to their channel that usually won't see it from like in-game, and it'll also bring other creators that those views, other people. It's just overall good. There's no reason that there shouldn't be in-game promotion of content creators. But yeah, that's basically all I have here. I definitely have more ideas, like, you know, that I haven't been sharing, but I think this was a pretty good like roundup starter video for my wish list here, and I think I'm gonna be doing these every few weeks to a month to see if like anything changes. But yeah, if you guys like these like suggestions, leave a like, comment what you think I missed or should be added to this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.